Well, Donald Trump has only been in the White House for a couple days at this point, folks, but he is already getting to work weaponizing the federal government against his political enemies. And he's doing it a little strategically, in a way that I think is designed to actually get people to agree with what he is doing, because he's starting with a universally despised figure. A guy who's hated by the left, he's hated by the right now. He's basically hated by everyone, so nobody's gonna care that this is who Donald Trump is targeting first. Or at least, in my opinion, that is the rationale behind using this individual as the first basic target. And that person is none other than John Bolton, one of the architects of the Iraq War during the W. Bush years, a staunch war hawk who has for years told us we need to go in and attack Iran, and the guy who served as Donald Trump's very own national security advisor. And Donald Trump not only revoked his security clearance, which to me was kind of shocking, because why does he still have a security clearance? He's been out of the government for 4 years. This dude shouldn't have had a security clearance, okay? That's a problem. But Trump revoked that, and honestly, I got no problem with that. But then he went a step further, and he withdrew the Secret Service protection that John Bolton has been receiving ever since there was a plot uncovered by Iran to kill him. So back in 2022, I believe it was, the Biden administration said, okay, well, he's a government official, former government official. Let's give him Secret Service protection because we uncovered this plot that Iran is trying to kill him, allegedly. So Trump says, you know what? You're on your own, bud. But it was during this press conference that I'm about to show you where Trump was asked about, revoking his security clearance, where Donald Trump said something very odd. Take a look at this.
Outside.
Why did you remove John Bolton's security clearance, sir?
Because I think that was enough time. It's we take a job. You take a job. You want to do a job. We're not going to have security on people for the rest of their lives. Why should we? I thought he was a very dumb person, but I used him well, because every time people saw me come into a meeting with John Bolton standing behind me, they thought that he'd attack them because he was a warmonger. He's the one that got us involved, along with Cheney and a couple of others, convinced Bush, which was a terrible decision, to blow up the Middle East. We blew up the Middle East and we left. Then we got nothing out of it except a lot of death. We killed a lot of people. And John Bolton was, one of those guys, a stupid guy. But no, you can't have that for life. You shouldn't expect it for life.
I used him well, Trump says. He was very dumb, but I used him well. Now, see, that's the kind of statement that needs a little bit of elaboration, right? You can't just make a statement like that of, oh, yeah, I totally used the guy. How? Come on, you got to give us the rest of it. And people there, reporters, it's your job to get him to expand upon that, right? You ask a follow-up question like, whoa, hold up. How did you use him? And in what way would you describe him as dumb? What dumb things did he do? Did you walk into his office and you found him, sniffing markers? Was he eating paste out of the container? What did he do that was so dumb? And one thing I will point out too, because Donald Trump also said it about the bishop who he attacked on the same day, is that Donald Trump is a very dumb person. He is not smart. He does have talents. He is great at manipulating people. He is a great con man. But in terms of actual intelligence, Donald Trump is very, very low on the, IQ charts. He loves to call people low IQ. He loves to call people dumb. And he does it because it's basically misdirection, right? I know that I'm very stupid, so to compensate for that, I call all of these people stupid. That's what he does. So anytime you see Donald Trump referring to another person as dumb, unless it's, like a Lauren Boebert who definitely is dumb, or a Marco Rubio who totally is like stupid as hell. But anybody else, Trump uses that because he's jealous of their intellect. And John Bolton's an evil bastard, but he is a smart guy. And as I mentioned to start the segment, he's also universally hated. So I will give credit to whoever in Trump's inner circle told him to do this, because you know that an idea like this is too clever to come from Trump himself. Somebody around him had to have told him, listen, we got to use the government, as you've said, to go after your political enemies. But if we just start going after these people, there's going to be backlash. We got to ease the public into it, right? Let's start with somebody that everybody hates. Let's go with John Bolton. Strip him of his Secret Service protection, leave him out there to dry, take away a security clearance, and you'll see that you will not get the backlash you expect from it. And the public will be like, hey, you know what? Maybe that's okay. And after a while, do it to 1, do it to 2, maybe do it to 3. Then it becomes acceptable to the public. It becomes more palatable. That is the strategy here. And again, it's a smart strategy if you're super evil, but it's so smart that it obviously didn't come from Trump. So somebody behind the scenes is pulling the strings, giving him these ideas, telling him go after the hated people first so that the public goes along with your plans. Could be Stephen Miller. Maybe it's a phone call from Steve Bannon. I don't know. But I do know that it's far too clever to be something that Trump cooked up in his demented little brain. And it's something that we all need to keep an eye on. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this isn't what happened. But let's look and see if a pattern emerges. Bolton is not going to be the only one that Donald Trump goes after. If the next person we start seeing Donald Trump going after is also somebody that maybe you're thinking like, well, I don't like that person. They're a crappy human being. That's when you'll see it. And that's how we'll know that this is the strategy that they're going to go with. So pay attention, because it's going to get interesting. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? I mean, you're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform that, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.